Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Feeling burnt out by the daily grind? Us too. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your sanity is ditch the routine and get outside. Today, we've got three incredible stories of people who did just that. These stories are all about the power of nature to refresh, recharge, and maybe even surprise you. So buckle up, get ready to escape the ordinary, and remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures like these. Let's get started. First, we'll meet a construction worker who turns his lunch break into a fishing adventure.
The midday sun beat down on the dusty construction site, turning the hard hat perched on Walter's head into a miniature oven. The clang of hammers and the rhythmic groan of a bulldozer were the soundtrack to his usual lunch break. A hasty sandwich on a metal folding chair, the dust clinging stubbornly to his sweat-dampened skin. Today, however, Walter had a different plan. Tucked beneath his arm, hidden beneath his faded work shirt, was a well-worn fishing pole and a small tackle box. Across the street, nestled between towering apartment buildings under construction, lay a small park with a rickety wooden dock jutting out over a surprisingly clear stream. It was a secret oasis in the heart of the city, known only to a few like Walter. He reached the park, the cool shade of the trees a welcome relief. The rhythmic gurgle of the water soothed his ears, a stark contrast to the cacophony of the construction site. With practiced ease, he assembled his rod, the familiar action calming his mind further. He baited his hook with a juicy worm and cast it into the water, the gentle plop, a tiny disturbance in the calm surface. As he settled onto the weather-beaten dock, Walter felt the tension of the work week slowly drain away. He watched dragonflies skim the water's surface, their iridescent wings catching the sunlight like miniature stained glass windows. A family of ducks, the mother leading a trail of fluffy yellow chicks, paddled by, oblivious to the world around them. Every now and then, a nibble on the line would make his heart skip a beat, followed by the disappointment of a small sunfish or a feisty minnow. But it wasn't about catching a prize fish. It was the quiet, the feeling of the worn fishing pole in his calloused hands, the anticipation of the gentle tug, a brief connection with something unseen beneath the water's surface. These were the things that mattered. The distant clang of a hammer jolted him back to reality. It was nearly time to head back. With a sigh, Walter reeled in his line for the last time. As he packed up his tackle, a feeling of peace settled over him. The construction site might be loud and dusty, but for a stolen hour each week, he had his little piece of serenity, a reminder of the simple pleasures that life still held. With a renewed sense of calm, Walter crossed the street, ready to face the afternoon heat and noise, the memory of the cool water and the gentle tug on his line a secret smile in his heart.
Next up, a young couple who trade the city lights for desert nights on an epic ATV adventure.
The Arizona sun beat down on Maya and Alex as they bounced along the dusty desert trail on their rented ATVs. Wind whipped through their helmets, carrying the scent of dry earth and creosote. This wasn't their usual weekend routine, cooped up in apartments, facing computer screens. This was freedom, a chance to explore the vast emptiness under a sky so wide it felt endless. They zipped over red sand dunes, shrieking with laughter as their tires lost traction and sent them fishtailing. They stopped at the top of a particularly high dune, taking in the panorama of jagged mountains rising from the flat desert floor. The silence was profound, broken only by the buzz of desert insects and the occasional cry of a hawk circling overhead. As the sun dipped low, turning the sky into a canvas of fiery oranges and pinks, they reached their campsite. Working together, they pitched their tent, the red glow of the setting sun painting their faces with a warm hue. Later, huddled around a crackling campfire, they roasted marshmallows and shared stories under a sky ablaze with a million stars. The Milky Way stretched across the heavens, a breathtaking display unlike anything they saw in the city. The following day, they continued their exploration, finding a hidden canyon decorated with ancient petroglyphs etched onto the canyon walls by long-gone civilizations. They climbed through a maze of slot canyons, the sunlight filtering down through narrow gaps, casting long, dramatic shadows. Every turn revealed a new wonder, a hidden oasis of green plants clinging to life in a seemingly barren landscape. But as the sun started its descent again, casting long shadows, a pang of reality struck. Their weekend adventure was nearing its end. They packed up their campsite, a shared melancholic silence settling between them. The drive back to the rental place was filled with a comfortable quiet, the memories of the weekend already becoming a cherished part of their story. Back in the city, their lives resumed their usual rhythm. Maya sat back in her office chair, the hum of the air conditioner replacing the desert silence. But a glance at the photo on her desk, of her and Alex standing hand in hand at the top of a dune, brought a smile to her lips. The desert dust might have been long washed off, but the memory of their adventure, the vastness, the freedom, the shared experience, remained, a reminder that escape, even temporary, could spark a fire within, a yearning for future adventures under the wide desert sky.
Finally, a kayaker who stumbles upon a hidden cave that leads to an unexpected discovery.
The midday sun beat down on Ethan's neck as he paddled his kayak down the glistening river. Lush green woods flanked him, broken only by the occasional rocky outcrop. This was his happy place, a world of dappled sunlight and cool, rushing water. Suddenly, the river took a sharp turn, revealing a dark maw in the cliff face. A waterfall, no bigger than a horse's mane, tumbled from the opening, feeding into the river. Curiosity tugged at Ethan. He'd never noticed this hidden passage before. He secured his paddle and grabbed his keychain flashlight, its meager beam a poor excuse for a spelunking light. But the thrill of discovery was too strong to resist. Taking a deep breath, he steered his kayak into the inky darkness. The cool air inside was thick with the smell of damp earth and the rush of unseen water. The flashlight flickered, catching glimpses of smooth, moss-covered walls adorned with shimmering calcite formations. Stalactites hung like jagged teeth, while stalagmites rose from the floor like gnarled fingers reaching for the unseen ceiling. A low rumble echoed through the cavern, the sound of the hidden river carving its way through the rock. Ethan paddled deeper, the silence broken only by the drip-drip of water and the gentle slap of the paddle against the water. The passage opened into a vast chamber. The flashlight beam danced across intricate rock carvings, their meaning lost to time. In the distance, a sandy beach shimmered, and beyond it, another waterfall plunged into a hidden pool. This was a secret world, untouched and breathtaking. A surge of awe filled Ethan. He knew then and there that this was only a taste. He pictured himself camping on that sandy beach, exploring further with proper equipment. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows through the cave entrance, Ethan knew it was time to go. He paddled back out, his heart brimming with a newfound excitement. The familiar sunlight felt almost like a return to reality, but a reality now tinged with the secret knowledge of the hidden cavern. He emerged from the cave a changed man, a weekend explorer now bonded with a secret world beneath the earth. Next time, he wouldn't be coming back empty-handed. He'd be prepared to unravel the mysteries of the hidden cave.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for joining us. Remember to come back next time for more interesting and fun short stories.